Ooh, that selfie though. Hey guys, what's up? It's Musician Annie, and today I have a very exciting video that I've probably attempted to film 6 or 7 times. Alright, so this video was supposed to be up last week, but first of all, let me tell you about this video. This is a very exciting video because it's a series that I'm doing a collab with Jackie. And Jackie's another YouTuber, and basically we decided to do a back to school series. However, I have been having a lot of trouble. Last week I had no Wi-Fi basically the whole entire week, which was awful. So I actually made it through that. And then this whole weekend I could not film because I was busy both days. And Friday I tried to film this and get it up, and my camera decided to die, so I could not get it charged in time for the lighting to be good, and it just wouldn't have been a good video. So I'm waiting for now, and Jackie is uploading her video Mondays, so she already has one uploaded, and I'm so sorry. I feel horrible about this, but things just sort of happen, and we kind of just have to roll with it. But anyway, she's uploading Mondays, so today's actually her day to upload, which she already did last week, so I will link all of her info in the description box below. And today she's probably going to be uploading another video, and Tuesdays are my normal upload day. So you're going to get a video today, and you're going to get a video tomorrow, if all goes well. Fingers are crossed, and they have been crossed. But yeah, it's just been crazy, but we decided to do this back to school series because we thought it would be really fun and just a really good way to sort of connect with more people and sort of just allow ourselves to collab, obviously. But yeah, my video today is going to be some advice, tips that I have for you if you're going into high school. This is more centered towards freshmen, but if you are already in high school or you're in 8th grade or whatever, you can take this advice as you want. But yeah, basically I have 5 pieces of advice that I wanted to share with you guys. I wish that I had either gotten these or taken them seriously when I had received them. So please take this to your heart and take it with you to high school, because these are 5 important things that I think you need to know before going into high school. So without further ado, here is my advice to you. That was really cute, wasn't it? My first piece of advice to you is find yourself. This is pretty self-explanatory, but in high school you can grow, and you're going to grow, and you're going to change, and you can, you know, change your personality, you can change your look. But high school is the perfect time to do this and to find yourself. If you want to try something out new, a new haircut or a new style, go for it. And you don't have to necessarily do it freshman year, although that's probably the most prime time to change something up because it's a new slate. That's the cool thing about high school. It's a fresh start. It's also a scary start, but you can develop your new self, and you're going to grow up. You're going to notice a lot of changes in your opinions and your views and just the way you act. You're going to be like, wow, I feel like I'm an adult, or at least I'm trying to become one. And it's scary. It's really scary. It's overwhelming, and it's not always the most fun thing, but you just have to try to develop yourself in the best way possible, the best way for you. Be yourself. My second piece of advice is meeting new people. High school is such a different environment. You know, when you go from elementary to junior high, usually your friends sort of stay the same, and maybe your group expands. Like for me, my group expanded. My friends, I had a lot more friends. I made a lot more. I made a lot more friends in junior high, and I became close with a lot of people. So when I went to high school, it was a lot different, and it was really tough for me because the high school I go to, a lot of people from my junior high went to another high school or other high schools, and like maybe 8 to 10 people went to my high school. So it was basically going to a new school, and I have had the experience of going to new schools, but it's so much different in high school. You're gonna notice a lot of your friends might be changing, and you might not like the way your friends change, and that's okay, guys. You can create new friend groups and you can drop people. It's really tough to let go sometimes of people, but sometimes you just have to. If you're not comfortable with people you're hanging around anymore, let them go. And find new people, meet new people. You might find something you have in common with that other person, and it just builds a new bond. And yes, it's awkward at first and you're not as comfortable with new people, but as you did with your previous friends, your friendship will grow and it'll be a lot better experience for you. And then going along with that, my third piece of advice for you, which sort of, mimics the last one, is trying new things. High school is amazing for giving you opportunities to try new things. High school is full of a lot more sports, clubs, just general activities, rather than junior high. You have a lot more different odd sports that you really would not have in junior high, and a lot of weird clubs. Like even at my school, I know we have like a bass fishing club and an anime club, so there's literally a club or something for everyone to try, and that's really important. You want to try to get involved with something, and it's not just going along with this. Don't just join something for your application to college. Some people think, well, I have to be in a sport, I have to get a job, I have to be in all these activities. Don't do that. Stick with something that you love and excel in that. Don't play 5 million sports and do not really great in any of them. Stick with 1 or 2 or whatever you love to do and excel in them. Do amazing in them. That's going to look a lot better and you're not going to stress out as much. I've seen a lot of kids that try to do so many new things and it's like they basically go into like an overdrive and they kind of crash, and it's really unfortunate. But try new things. It's so important. Try everything except drugs. Don't try drugs. Go crazy and experiment with different things, because you might find something new that you just absolutely adore. And that will also help you kind of figure out what you want to do in college, if you decide to go to college, or what you just want to do with your future, because high school is definitely the time to try and start figuring things out. My fourth piece of advice is reach out for help. This is something that I always not really struggled with, but I always kind of refused to do throughout my whole life. I was always the type of person, and I still am, that wants to do things on their own. I never wanted to ask for help rarely because I wanted to figure out things. It always gave me sort of a sense of accomplishment when I could figure something out on my own, or I could solve something on my own. And that's fantastic if you can do that and if you like to do that. But high school, it's very important that you obviously do well. Obviously don't stress about everything. Take it easy, go easy on yourself. Don't be so tough. Don't be so hard on yourself, because that can really be bad. But reaching out for help is just something that I've learned is so important. And whether that's you're asking your teachers for help, asking your parents, your peers, counselors, some sort of staff member, or even like a coach, whoever you feel, is trustworthy to you, ask them for help. Now, obviously, if you have a math question or something, you have to ask your teacher, but my point is they're there. Your teachers are there, and everyone in your life is there for a reason, and they're supposed to be guiding you, and they're supposed to be helping you. I really found that out this past year, sophomore year. I'm now a junior in high school, by the way. But yeah, I found that out. Asking for help and asking just for guidance and advice is just something that will help you. And you can ask somebody for advice, and if you don't like it, well, that's okay. You don't have to take it. Just put yourself out there, and if you need help, don't be afraid to get it, because you will feel so much better. And you will feel so much, more prepared, like you actually tried, so just asking for help. I promise you, like I was struggling a little bit in math towards the end of the year last year because it was getting more difficult for me. And I went to the math and science resource room. We have like resource rooms at my school, and I got help, and I was like blown away. I was like, wow. I'm so happy I did this. I understood what I was struggling with. It took me a little bit, but the guy that was helping me was really nice, and he knew what he was doing. So, he was there to help. He wasn't like oh, like I hate my job. Like he loved his job, and that's just the kind of people you want to find so that you know you can go to and get help when you need to. Yeah, that's my 4th piece of advice. And then my 5th piece of advice is pretty much like, I don't know, you can take this as you want, but my 5th piece of advice to you is to stay on track. High school is, I feel like I keep saying high school is, but high school is very notorious for causing kids to be blown off track. There's going to be times, more than likely, whether you're in honors classes or you're not, you're in regular classes, and it's going to get really difficult, and it's going to be overwhelming. Freshman year was like a tornado hit me. It was horrible. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, middle school did not really prepare us at all in terms of the load of homework we had. I was so overwhelmed. I was like, why do we have so much homework? Why am I coming home and having to do 5-6 hours of homework every night? It's horrible. And you know, it's just something that is just kind of thrown at you at a point in your life when you come to high school, and there's really no way you can prepare for it, which is why I'm trying to show you and tell you what to maybe expect. High school is not a horrid experience. Like, it can be good. There are good parts and there are bad parts. Is it stressful? Yeah. Which is why it's so important to stay on track. Like, there were times, and there might be times for you, when you're just gonna feel like you don't want to do it anymore. You're gonna be like, no, I'm not doing my homework. Screw this. Like, I can't do this anymore. And that's when you kind of just have to step away for a while. Obviously, if you're at school, you can't, but these mental breakdowns usually occur at home, so just step away. Step away from the homework or your thoughts and go for a walk, or go eat a sandwich, or go take a shower. Like, whatever relaxes you and gets your mind off things, even if it's just blasting some music for a while, do that. Because the moment you start to feel overwhelmed, you do not want to try to shove more at yourself. Like, don't just be like, alright, I'm just gonna do it, whatever, and then you're gonna get really mad. So if you're ever feeling at that point where you're just like, oh my god, I don't want to do this anymore, step away. That's what I've been taught. That's what my mom told me that. She's like, you just gotta step away from it sometimes. And that's what I do, and it's helped me a lot. But just know that in the end, everything you do in high school is going to impact your life. Whether or not you care about it or not, it will. So if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, just remember that there's going to be a time for a break. I promise you, it feels like you're never going to have a break, but you will. So just remember that, and remember that everything you do is important in high school. And whether or not you think that blowing off that assignment is going to impact you or not, it can lead to worse habits. So personally for me, sophomore year was my year that I was like, screw this. I had a lot of mental breakdowns, like, I'm not gonna lie. And it was difficult. It was really hard, and I was like, why do I have to do this? Like, I was just kind of rebelling against myself, you know? I knew that I needed to do this, and I knew that high school was high school, but I just couldn't accept it. And I got thrown off track for a while, but the moral of the story is now I know that all that work I did and everything I put into it, I'm glad I did that. And yes, could I give in more effort? Absolutely. But the point is that just give the best you have. Do your homework, do all that stuff, but remember to stay focused, on your mental being. Don't destroy yourself if you bomb that test. Is it a bad thing? Yeah, but go talk to your teacher about it. Ask him, like, what can I do? Why am I, help me, I need help. So just staying on track is just so important. I was going to say something else. What was I going to say?
Why did I lose my train of thought? This is something really important. Staying on track. High school.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. One thing that I want to tell you guys, if you're freshmen, or even if you're in high school now, you should probably already know this, but if you have finals, this is part of staying on track. If you have finals or midterms or whatever, do your best. Like, for us, we have finals every semester. So we have 2 semesters, we have 2 sets of finals at each end of the semester. Finals and midterms usually can hurt your grade or it can help your grade. But usually for me, I notice it just either hurts my grade. Like I can't really go up, but it usually goes down. So what my advice to you is, during that semester, or during that quarter or whatever, work your ass off. Like I'm not even joking, work your butt off. And do really well on each test as best as you can. Maintain a good grade that you're suffice with. Like if you were to end with a B at the end of the semester, would you be happy with that? And work for that. And then when you go into your final, your midterm, you won't be frantic. You will not be panicking. This is the most important thing, one of the most important things, if not the most important thing I've learned in high school. You will not be panicking during finals. You may not even have to really study for a final or midterm, because if you bomb it, your grade will still be a B. So that's what I mean. Like if we have a high B at my school or a high A, like I'm talking 80, like maybe even 85 to 90, if you bomb a final, you'll still get a B. And like 95 to 100, you bomb it, you'll still get an A. So that's my point. Like keep your grade maintained, so at the end of the semester, you don't have to know you have to do well on a final just to keep a grade or get a grade. You don't want to have to go through that, trust me. Take it from me and almost probably every other student, because this happens to me at basically everyone, unless you're just a genius. Just stay on track and do well so that you don't have to freak out at the end, you know, and somehow bring your grade up magically. Like just don't put yourself through that. If anything else, don't put yourself through that, because it's just the worst. You can ask anyone. That's just, even in college, like it's awful when you have to stress that much about one test. Like don't do that to yourself. Don't. Promise you that work will all be worth that, and then your parents will be happy and they'll be like, good, you got it, you know, you got a good grade. So just try your best. That's all I'm gonna say now. Just try your best. That was my fifth piece of advice. But I hope I wasn't too preachy during this video. I'm just trying to help anyone going into high school, because I have learned so much and I wish I knew so much before I came, but you know, honestly, you can only prepare so much for high school. It's just one of those things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want me to do like a part 2 to this video or something, comment that below. Also, if you want me to do just like a, you know, ask and answer kind of video about high school, any kind of things you guys want to know, just comment that below and or tweet me out or whatever, message me. And I will try to make that video, because I definitely wish I could have had something like this when I was going into high school. Not that I wasn't prepared at all, but like, you know what I mean? Like I just wish I had more. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, as usual, all my info will be in the description box below, as well as Jackie's. And if you guys have any video requests for either her or me that you want to see from this series, please comment that below as well. And I hope you guys have a great day or night or whatever it is where you live, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.
White I was strong. When I started balling, I was young. You gon' think about me when I'm gone. I need that money like